Welcome to Grover Load. I'm Anthony, and this is exciting news overall. I think that we're finally seeing the trend. We've seen it for a little while, but now we're starting to really, cut away at these GPU prices. And you can see here, I got from Video Card Z. We'll jump over there, and WCC FTX, some other places have been monitoring these prices. I've been checking the used market a lot. Um, I stay maybe on the used market a little bit too much. Luckily, I haven't went and bought everything uh, that I want on the used market. But we have here at Micro Center starting to offer the 7900 XTs for $699. Now, jumping underneath 700 bucks, there's been rumors of a 7800 or, fill out their stack for the 7000 series. Well, that might be a card here. We can talk about maybe the performance of that card later on in a different video. But that means the 7800 will have to be cheaper than this 699. So that is a good sign to start driving these prices down. Um, you guys are doing great, right? If you're not buying cards, these prices wouldn't be dropping. So, good job of not buying the cards, letting these prices drop. And one thing that these companies don't want to have 3 generations of stock. And so, while this is dropping, right, the 7900 XT is dropping, they probably want that to look good for selling through rate, but they also have to get rid of the last generation as well, and I'm guessing that those are going to continue to drop as well. So, um, there was 719 on Amazon already. Now we're going down a little bit lower, and these are things that I want to see, right? As somebody that doesn't like to spend too much on a graphics card or hasn't convinced himself to spend too much on a graphics card, this is a good sign to have. So we have the 7900 XT. The XTX hasn't really moved too much. It's dropped a little bit, not as much, and we'll get to like the overall prices. But another one I want to hit on too is the 7600 that was just came out just a month ago. Remember, I said might as well wait a little bit, might as well wait a month or so, wait for the 4060 to come out to see what the prices are going to settle in at, and it is now $240. So this is where it should have started, and then what AMD should have did now is drop that to like 240. They should do a $10 price drop here, maybe even 20, get it to 230, and just try to push the competition lower. I mean, at this point, with the performance where it's at, it's not a horrible price, but some of these GPUs, I like to, with all the stock that there seems to be, right, they're still pushing the 6000 series, the 3000 series from Nvidia. They're still pushing, trying to keep these prices high while selling through what they all have. But you know I like to see this still a little bit lower, but I hope that you guys did not buy this in the last month, because AMD really is trying to screw the early adopter, which is, we're a month out of release. This is ridiculous. And I think these GPU makers are kind of disconnected. Now, I get NVIDIA's side of it. I'm not going to say I agree with it. I get NVIDIA's side. They are leaving gamers for the scraps, and they are just going to push forward with AI right now, and that's what they're going to do. AMD doesn't have that AI um, uh, portfolio yet, so they have to wait until Q3, Q4 before they're going to get that out. And I think it's Q4, right? They're sampling through the rest of this quarter and the next quarter. So you really have a problem here, but we're starting to see the cracks, and we're starting to see this go in a better direction. And as this goes through, I'm going to guess that these are going to drop even more. And that's just, because one, we're in a turbulent market overall. The market isn't great. You have other stuff to buy, which is more important. And then this is, do I want to upgrade my system, or am I just getting by? And for a lot of people, I'm still just getting by, or it's performing just perfectly. So why go through and jump on something else? So, we have here even the 7900 XTX is $881. So that's down as well. And this was on, where was this? This was, I think, through Amazon. Yeah, Amazon link. And I think this went up in price again. So this went back up. So if you're watching, they run these daily deals, $975. So it went up. It's down from its list, right? About 5%. This Sapphire one, let's see here. The Sapphire one, this is the XT, $799. So a little bit higher than the $699 over at Micro Center. And if you got Micro Center close, it's not a bad idea to just take the drive over there as well. I've thought about that a few times. And then this Pulse, I guess, went back up in price to $799. So if you're watching some of these sites like WCCF Tech, Video Cards, they do run these prices. And if you're in the market for the card and you're looking to upgrade and you have the money and everything else, jump on it when you feel like it's a price that is discounted enough that you feel satisfied with. Do not jump on these MSRP prices. Let them only sell at the discounted rate, because I think that's going to be a better option here. So you have here's these um, video cards on the 7900 XTX as kind of where they're going, and Hardware Unbox has a little table here. You can see that, price hike May to June has been going down on the 4080 2%, down on the 7900 XTX by 1%, and our cards are down 14% for that A380. Now, the ARC cards, they seem to be a little bit lower these last couple of months. I've seen them drop, have a price here or there, a good price drop, kind of like these AMD cards that dropped a little bit. But that's something that, hey, if they drop in price, just jump on it, right? If that's something you want. This is kind of a good occasion to see these price drops, because the market was so out of whack, especially with all the mining that has happened. And now they've got the AI, right? They're trying to jump from their mining bubble to their AI bubble to keep these prices high. And in the market side of things where AI is, I don't think that that's going to be a consumer thing of wanting to buy the best, the biggest and best GPU just to run on their local machines. Yes, if you're doing local work, yeah, that makes sense. But for the average consumer that wants to play games, there's no really offsetting cost as there was with mining. So that's one thing to keep in mind here. And let's see, I wanted to see what AMD's site is doing as well. Well, if I actually click on the right, buy direct from AMD, yep, that's what we want to do. Here, let's jump over. This is a WCCF site as well. Let's jump over here, WCCF Tech, and they just had a whole bunch of GPUs here. You're starting to see the older generations are really starting to, besides your 3080 and 3090, and yep, those went up, but everything else is dropping. And some of these lower end ones are dropping significantly, right? If they aren't as powerful as the current gen, they have to drop enough that they can attract you to them to sell them through whatever stock they have. Same with the AMD side of things. It looks like the 6800 is up, and the 7600 now we know is down, but everything else is dropping on the AMD side. So if you're looking for some deals here and looking at, waiting out a little bit longer or whatever else, I think that your prices are going to drop here. And let's go to AMD's site. XT is 850, XTX for the 7900 is 1000. This is 269 here. I wonder if this is going to drop before it hits. That'll be interesting to see. And then AMD does have some last generation on here as well. Looks like this is $699 out of stock, and the 6750 XT is $419. I got my 6700 on sale or on used market for quite a bit cheaper than that. What are they saying over here for the 7950? We're 416 for the average price of June, so they're still a little bit higher. We'll see how that kind of goes, but yeah, I have to say, You guys have done a great job. Well, I guess me included. I haven't bought a GPU at all. uh, I'm sure AMD and Nvidia would love for me to buy a GPU, love for me to put in my system and upgrade. But as much as I'd like a new GPU, right, help me out rendering out my videos, all that other stuff. You know, I don't play games as much as I used to. I do play them here and there. Very enjoyable. I like playing games, but I'm not just going to go out and buy a GPU just to play it. I'll play an older game for the most part. I haven't bought anything new here recently. Usually wait till they go on sale and then I pick them up for what I like to play. But this 6700 XT is working great. It's doing a great job. And is it worth it for me to just buy a new GPU? And that's kind of the thought process I'm going through. And I'm guessing that's a lot of what you're going through as well. Just leaving these on shelves, letting the prices drop a little bit, especially in this market, and getting a better deal later on, I think is going to be well worth it for all of us. And it's going to show kind of some of these companies that they're coming and pricing in stuff in wrong currently today. They're pricing in a market where they thought cryptocurrency was still the thing, and that's not the case. And they have to adjust, and they're just not adjusting yet. I think that, you know, Nvidia doesn't really care about the market. They just want to supply the market and be there in the market. They know that they're top dog, but AMD is not reading the market right. I don't know what AMD is doing, but they had an opportunity to really push through and really take some market share, and they just weren't thinking, in my opinion. And they could still do that. They'd have to correct prices and admit that they were wrong. We'll see if that happens. Intel, on the other hand, you know, they need probably a refresh or something just to get these cards out there, get them back in the review cycle, because I've heard that their drivers have improved. The problem is with them is that everyone's still relying on the initial reviews. And if they would come out with, you know, even if they hit, what is it here, Intel, the ARC 770, let's say they go 775, I think that if they hit that refresh, they would have the ability then to really uh, show off, you know, what they've been able to come with, maybe even come in a little bit cheaper than when they're at, really kind of disrupt the market a little bit more, and maybe give an option for people to actually go for. So with that, let me know what your thoughts are on these GPUs, these GPU prices, what you're thinking, and if you're in the market for, you know, wanting to buy one, or if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for the price to drop even more, if you're looking at current gen, previous gen, heck, I'm still looking at previous gen, because let's say I were to go to like a 3080, 3090, 6800 XT, 6900 XT. I think that they're still got quite a bit of performance, and I can save quite a bit of money with where the prices are going. But who knows? With the current gen, like the 7900 getting down to 600 bucks, 600 or $699, 700 bucks, that's starting to get very attractive here, overall as well. Maybe there's a couple more price drops here, and we'll see where the rest of the stacks come out with very soon. But I want to thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for helping support the channel and help the channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, God bless.